All right. How's everybody doing today? So we are back today playing Sky Gardens, the alpha test. We're on version point 4. So the last stream that I did when I was playing Sky Garden, I was a brand new player, brand new login. Kind of went over the tutorial, and it was really fun, and it was the first iteration of the game. Right now, there has been multiple updates. I've been playing every day since the day that I first streamed this. My garden looks pretty cool, but today I'm really excited to introduce the lead dev of Sky Garden. He's in the Discord. He's in his Discord. We're in his Discord chat, hanging out and getting ready to go play his game and kind of talk about some of the updates that he's done and where he's feeling on public release. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce Shrimp, the head dev of SkyGarden.
Yes, thank you for having me on. I'm Shrimp or Will, if you want to call me by my real name. And yeah, it was really cool watching Rasta play Sky Garden. Just getting being able to see someone kind of start the game from scratch. And we kind of took some of what we saw to make some of the improvements that have been put into the game over the past week or two since we've been in alpha. And then, yeah, kind of working right now just towards, overhauling some parts of the game, mainly trying to make it, more mobile friendly, fixing any of the bugs so that we can kind of get ready for a public launch, hopefully in a couple weeks, if everything goes well.
Awesome, man. So I would definitely say some of the improvements that I've seen just in a couple weeks that since the first day. You cut down on the time that it takes to cook French fries. I love it, right? And the carrot soup. I remember I was running around and I kept going back. I'm like, man, this carrot soup's taking forever. So they did take something from the stream and they cut down on the carrot soup time and some of the other cooking times. And now, instead of going back to the cooking station to pick up your items when they're done being prepared, they get delivered to you. And then it was funny too because I was like, man, I kind of liked going back there and picking them up. But hey, if you want to cook, you got to go back to the cooking station anyway. Another thing that I think is really cool that you added that I really like is the garden plot, like the public garden plot. That really helped me out getting to the take me over the edge of the potato competitions, which we'll talk about here in a minute. I'd like to hear some what was the inspiration behind that, and kind of where your head was at with that. But yeah, that was definitely, that was definitely really cool to have. You have a public garden, which I'll show everybody, when I log into the game. So I guess my next question for you would be how difficult has it been to come up with the idea of Sky Garden? Like, it seems very well thought out, really well planned. Was this just something that you had bouncing around in your head for a while? Was there inspiration from somewhere else? What inspired you to build this game?
Yeah, I think the first inspiration was that so the first game I made on HYTOPIA is called Block Splat, and it's kind of like platoon inspired game. Like the goal is to like cover the map with as much of your team's paint color as you can.
That's a really fun game, by the way, as well.
Um, yeah, and the game, it was fine. It didn't put in like the level of effort that I had for this game. But the biggest issue with that game, and I think a lot of the games that were initially put on Hytopia, is they all needed like 3 or 4 players to be fun.
Yeah,
So, people call it's like the cold start problem, right? Like if no one's in the game, no one's going to join the game. Because no one's joining the game, there's no one in the game. So, I kind of knew I was like, okay, my next game I'm going to make something that's like multiplayer, but you can play it by yourself. So that was sort of the first inspiration. And then from a like farming game standpoint, one of my favorite games when I was younger was Animal Crossing and then Harvest Moon. So those two games kind of gave me a lot of the inspiration, like from Animal Crossing, like the idea of, you have your own island slash land. You can expand it by, leveling it up, spending money, things like that, and then you can decorate it, right? You kind of build it how you want. Um, and so that's kind of where that part came from. And then adding in kind of another game that's Web3 that I really liked is Sunflower Land, which I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's everything is on chain. It's kind of insane, but it's a really fun, addictive farming game. And what I like about that is, you kind of start off and it's hard to make, earn money. It's a pretty challenging game, but you have to, expand your island and get boosts to kind of improve your production. And then once, your production goes up, you can start making profit easier. You can, start kind of moving through the game more smoothly. So that's kind of where the boosts in this game came from. So yeah, I think coming up with it for me, it's really just been like, throwing in a bunch of features that I've liked from all these different farming games, and then, trying to make it all work, right, and make sure it feels like one game and not, a combination of features. If anything, at this point, like, I feel like I have so many cool ideas or things I want to do, and it's just, I don't have the time to add all of them. So just trying to prioritize. And Seb, who's the other kind of developer designer I've been working on this with, and he's helpful because a lot of times I'll tell him something, he'll be like, no, dude, like we're not there yet. Wait a few weeks. Kind of focusing on like the stuff that's in front of me. So yeah, that's kind of a lot of examples of games that.
That's awesome, man.
But I've been obsessed with farming games forever, so it was pretty easy for me to sort of think of ideas and draw inspiration.
Well, that's really cool, man. And you know what? And now you have your own, right? And you can do whatever you want with it. And I think it's amazing
Exactly.
that like you've done a great job. Yeah, like I said, I was telling you earlier. Before I go to bed, I gotta plant my sunflowers so that in the morning
Yeah.
I can harvest my sunflowers because it takes so long for them to grow. Um, so it's like I've already got a daily routine to play this game
Yeah.
because it's fun, it's engaging, and again, it's like you said, I don't have to have 10 players in the game to play, and I also it's not super competitive to where you're like, I don't really want to do that. It's too much. This is just a nice chill vibe. You go in and you plant some and you plant some stuff. So, um, I want to talk about the potato harvest challenge, right? So I was trolling around on X, and I seen a post from SkyGarden's X page, and it says, "Hey, the leaderboards were up. We're testing the leaderboards, and I seen my name at like number 3 with like 200 potatoes." And I was like, "Oh man, I'm on the leaderboard. Oh, I'm gonna go check this out." I logged in, and I'll show you guys in the stream where the leaderboard is and some of the other new things that he's added. Uh, and I was like, "This is great," but I didn't read any of the information, right? Like I was just like, "Oh, this is cool. I just want to be in the top 10 because like I'll be on the leaderboard. I want to be on the leaderboard." And somebody was in the Discord and they were like, "I made it. I completed the challenge." I was like, what do you mean completed the challenge?" So I read the documents, and basically, the first 10 players to get 10,000 potatoes harvested is you get uh, an in-game bonus slash trophy that I'm hoping that I can plant or place in my garden. So I'm hoping it's something that I can show off. And so I literally spent probably all day grinding to get to my 10,000 potatoes, and I made it. And I was on number one. I was in the number one spot for a little bit, and then I got kicked off. But yeah, it's really cool, man. What was that difficult to implement, or was that like a, hey, this is something pretty easy we can go ahead and do, and how was the implementation of that specifically, and then just talk
Yeah.
about the challenge and what you think about it so far.
Yeah. So in terms of challenges, it wasn't terribly challenging just because we already had the system in place where you can look and you can see how many plants you harvested of every crop. So the real challenge is just dealing with, there being like multiple servers. So making sure the data is kind of synced between all the servers, right? So like when you log in or when you open the leaderboard, it'll send your data to the kind of global data store that we have and then update it. And then, I think it's like every 10 minutes or 30 minutes or something like that, the servers will update whatever based on what's in the global store. So just, yeah, getting the servers down, that's kind of why we wanted to test it first, just because it's hard, you can't really test that locally. That's actually been, hasn't had any bugs yet, which has been very nice for us. Yeah, and the reason to adding it is really just, ultimately I think we're gonna have like running challenges going through the game. So this is kind of our first stab at that. And then also, we did realize that we wanted to wipe data
Yeah.
in public.
Man, you said that, and I was like, no.
Yeah,
But
we probably could have gotten away without doing it.
no, I think it's great. I think it's great.
Players tell me that they found ways to like get free dupe items.
Ah.
It's all fixed now, but I was just a little worried about that. And then also adding so many new things, we kind of just want everyone to play the game the same. But
Yeah.
this trophy should, in theory, give you a huge advantage in any, starting the game over and getting kind of, leveling when you first start and making money should be much easier, because you'll be getting extra potatoes.
I definitely sold a lot of potatoes.
Yeah. So
Definitely sold a lot of potatoes.
I feel kind of bad because we're actually giving it to the people who, regardless of if you get 10,000, if you're in the top 10, you do get the reward. So
It was clear. It was clear. It said it.
10,000?
It said very clearly. It said very clearly that the top 10 or 10,000. So I just wanted this. I just secured my spot. I just made like no matter what, I'm gonna get this trophy because I don't want to be the guy who's number 9 or number 10 on the leaderboard, and I just don't plant the potato that one time, that one night before the competition's over, and I get knocked off, and now I'm number 11, so I had to secure that 10,000 spot. So I think it was really awesome, man. It brought a little bit of competition to the game. It makes you want to come back and keep going after it. So I really do think that's a really good implementation. And like you said, it's just gonna grow. You can do it for all of the different things that you can plant and harvest and other things like that. I know you do. You're also doing like a best decorated garden in your Discord. That's pretty cool. So there's a lot of community engagement already, and you're building, and it's really cool to see. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna log into the game. I've just been sitting at the page right now, just looking at the beautiful SkyGarden picture up there. I'm gonna go ahead and log into the game and give my viewers a walkthrough of my island, since I just since I haven't showed them what I've been up to in a while. And then I'm gonna talk about some of the things that I've noticed that you've changed over, and then if you wanna jump in there and say any talk about some of the things, some of the implementations that you've done or anything like that. But here we go. I just logged in. I come back to my garden, and for the first time, I think I'm at expansion, maybe 6 or 7. I can't remember. I'll go check here in a minute in the town. But I have 2 banners. I got the white banner now, and I got my blue banner. I don't remember exactly what the boosts they do. I know the white one, I get a chance to get more seeds. And then the blue one, I can't remember exactly. I think it helps me with my extra food or extra wood?
I think yeah, you get an extra crop.
Yeah. So the way
Or
that
you
you
have a
can,
chance of getting an extra crop.
yeah, and the way that you could check for the people who are watching, if you hit K, or is it F? F. It's one of the hotkeys, and you can play it, and you pull up your player statistics, and it'll show you what active boosts you have. Which that was really helpful for me because I was like, I don't know if I have a boost. I don't know what it was doing, but yeah, that's a good one. And then I have, I split my garden. I got 22 plots now, and I got a cow. I was pretty excited about getting the cow. I can't remember what rank. I think it was rank 20 is when I got my cow. So cow gives me some milk. I got 2 chickens. I got 5 trees. I got some honey. Um, and I kind of decorated my island. I think it looks amazing. I've been able to go, if you hit if there's other people online, you can visit their plots, which is really cool. So that was new from when I originally played to now. So if you look, I hit the see the other players online. We got SkyGarden. I'm pretty sure there's Shrimp. So I'm gonna go check it. I'm gonna see if I can check his out. Oh no, he just dropped off. Anyway, when they're online, you can hit visit, and you'll get transported to their island. And then you get this cool water can, this one right here, that you can give other players, like you can water their plants, and it will basically make them grow a little bit faster. So that's really cool too. That I believe was new from the original version .1. So yeah, I ran out of seeds because I was trying to do a different challenge for myself, and I bought all my seeds out of the store, and I had to sell, I think it was like 2,000 potatoes, because I needed like sunflowers or something to get to get my next expansion. So it's really cool, like the game mechanics. I don't think they've really changed too much from the version 1 that I've noticed, but it has definitely made it where I can it just, I don't know, man, it's really cool. I really love it. Hey, how you doing, chat? So we're hanging out, we're at my garden, and so see we got somebody else jumped in here, so I'm gonna show you where you can visit other players. And then I want you to check it. We're gonna check out SkyGarden's garden. So he's new. He's level 3, all right. And you can see it's just this little plot. And then he planted something up. It looks like it's already fully grown, so I can't water it. So we're gonna visit the other player that's online right now, and maybe I can water some of their stuff. That's one of the challenges. Hey, there we go. So he's got some stuff out, so you can water them. And it's really cool because there's a challenge, well, an achievement, right, that you get. It cuts down on their grow time, and that achievement is, let's see, nope, that's the seed one. L, nope, that's the daily challenges. J, that's it, the achievements. Haha. So you watering can, right? So if I water 100 plants, that is one of the achievements, and then you get a reward. If you look, I've gotten all the achievements except for my cow. I haven't gotten a cow yet because I don't have 25 eggs, and I haven't made any baguettes yet because those are pretty expensive. So, but yeah, so you can go and you can water stuff, and then and then you could just check out other people's garden areas. So that's really cool. So that's like a multiplayer facet of the game, right? Oh, I like how they got their little fire pit set up. I might have to switch my stuff up. Looking real fresh. I like their little garden. That's cool. So what was that like? How did that come about? Where you can interact and with other people's gardens. What was that? What was your thought process behind that? I think it's awesome, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that because a lot of the features that we have added since going live have been around like how can we encourage social gameplay more? Even like the leaderboard adds kind of the competitive element. The watering can was Sabu's idea because we were trying to convince people to visit each other's islands more, right? Like we added the player list, and then it was like, all right, well, why would people act for hanging out with their friends and kind of making farming, like collaborative farming, a part of the game? And then yeah, and then the soil plot at spawn, which we can go hang out at soon.
Oh, I'm going there
Is
right
kind
now.
of similar.
I love
Yeah,
that. That soil plot
it
is
lets people, and it
amazing.
it's a little competitive too. I think right now the server, it'll be interesting if we can get, if you have like more players online at once, like you have to actually talk to each other and say, hey, I'm gonna take these soils, you take those soils, right? If somebody forgets about them, they can be stolen after a minute.
Oh yeah, I just stole somebody's carrots. I don't know who planted
Yeah,
them, but I got them.
those were my carrots, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, just kind of trying to make the game more of an MMO, and hopefully, we'll definitely keep adding more features like that to make it more of a game you can play with your friends.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So I'm looking at my seed. I don't want to buy seeds yet. I don't want to restock my seeds. So I'm gonna buy some tomatoes because I still have some of those in stock. uh,
Nice.
so we're back in the town area, right? And this right here is this community plot is one of the big things that I think that he's added, right? So it's public soil, right? And you can see is you use these soil plots to plant potatoes, carrots, tomatoes, cauliflower, and make sure that you harvest them quickly, right? Basically, is if I plant a tomato, well, I think let me yeah there you go. If I plant a tomato here, um, and I don't harvest it within a minute after it's fully grown, somebody else can come up, anybody can come up and grab it. And so it was really funny the other day when I was doing the potato challenge, which I'm gonna go interact with the little character so you can see me on the leaderboards. You know what I'm saying? I'm up there, but I think I'm number 3. I kind of want to go back to number 1, but there's definitely somebody who is super competitive. I knocked him out of number 1, and I'm telling you, within like an hour, he was like, "Nope, I'm number 1 again." And I'm kind of tired of planting potatoes at this point. But um, yeah, if you don't harvest your vegetables or your fruit or whatever you plant in the public garden within 1 minute, somebody else can come in and grab them, which is really cool. But this also helps you. It gives you the opportunity to say if I'm playing the game and I have my garden and on my island is full of something that's going to take me 2 hours to grow, I can still grow some stuff if there's not a lot of other players in the public garden. So what I was doing is I was going and I was planting potatoes in my garden, and then I was transporting back to the town square or the HUD, and I was planting potatoes and then literally going back and forth because potatoes only take about 30 seconds to grow. So by the time that I planted all the potatoes at my garden and then transported back to the town center, those potatoes were done, and I was just going back and forth. So it was great. It gave me a great opportunity to get a lot of potatoes planted and grown pretty quickly. So yeah, I really did appreciate you guys adding that. That was pretty cool. And then so right here you have the potato harvest challenge, right? And if you what I do? There she goes. Um, as you can see, it's a leaderboard. There's 10 people. I'm number 2, so I've planted 10,157 potatoes. Now, harvested because I know because I was counting at one point. I planted potatoes in the public garden, and somebody came over and took my potatoes, and I was like, oh no, I wonder if it counted for getting them planted or harvested. And I'm pretty sure it is only the potatoes that you've harvested. Um, what shrimp is that true? Is it is only harvested potatoes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's tracking your harvests. You can
nice.
track the seed planted too, but that's not on the leaderboard.
Nice. Yeah. So there we are. I'm number two. That's a lot. That's only he's only 700 and some potatoes ahead of me. Maybe I'll get that number one spot again. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of want it, but hey, maybe not. Ooh, getting a little laggy there. Might have to hold on. Let me re-log in. Looks like we got a little server traffic going. That's good. All right, so that is one of I would say those are the two biggest things that I've seen from when I originally played the tutorial on how to set up and go through. Um, I'm sure there's a lot of background stuff that they've updated and made changes to. But for me, right, player facing, the public garden, awesome. The potato challenge, really fun. Um, and then my daily streak, man. I I don't know like time for my daily streak, and I keep it keeps re-rolling to me because I'm not setting up at the same time. So I don't know if there's a way to like put a countdown on for a player for the daily time, like in where it says daily chest. There's 3 hours left before it resets. But other than that, man, I love it because every time I go into the daily thing, I get a new watering can. So that's pretty cool. And then let me see, what expansion am I on? I am on land expansion number 7. So I need to plant some more corn, and I think I've already got the salad in my little chest. So I'll be ready to get to expansion 8 because I've sold a bunch of items, and I've got about six. I got about 6,000 coins. So when I don't know if you guys saw it in the chat. Oh, my video's in the way. But when your public garden plant that you planted is done, it gives you a notification on your screen, and it basically says, "Hey man, your stuff is done. Go harvest it within a minute, or somebody else can steal it." But my video is in the way, so my pretty face was in the way, so you can't see it. But I harvested my potatoes or my tomatoes. I will not steal the tomatoes from the public garden, but they're there. Um, let's see, the cook station. I do need to make some baguettes, but I need some eggs for that and milk. Okay, that's kind of expensive. I like it. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, the baguettes, so they're supposed to be like in our kind of planning document. They're set as like a boosted item, so you would eat it and you would get a like farming boost for like 4 hours or something like that. However, it is not implemented, so the prices that you can sell baguettes for is not ideal based on the ingredients that you
Yeah,
find.
yeah.
But that is something we'll get in updated soon, so we can kind of test out those like temporary boosts.
Yeah, so with I guess that leads me into a good question, right? You're in your alpha phase, you're in your testing, you're doing a lot of testing and things. What where do you feel like you'll be comfortable to go public? Like at some point you're gonna have to stop. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to say, okay,
Yeah.
I'm at a point where the game is shippable, right? Like if you get to level 25, like there's enough content for you to get to level 25, and then we'll work on some more after that. I feel like you're already there, but
Yeah.
from your perspective, where do you see
I,
where do you see?
I do think that from like I'm starting to feel pretty comfortable with the core kind of game loop. So like just the expanding, planting, harvesting, and all that. We are like I mentioned, kind of rebalancing things behind the scenes that we're gonna update with experience, coins, and all that stuff when we go to release. That I think should make things a little more balanced, making kind of the later items better than they are now. I think the main things is there are a few bugs still does work on mobile right now, but it's not a very great experience. There's a few UIs that just aren't well set up. So we partnered with somebody who does really good UI design, and they redid a few of the UIs for us, and then we've kind of gone in and fixed all the other ones to match the style. And that's kind of the main focus right now. So yeah, I think, once mobile is ready, once we feel good about, kind of the bugs in the game, I think from a feature standpoint, it's in a decent place. And then, we can keep adding once we launch, which I think just makes it fun, right? Every time you log in, things could be a little different. So
Oh man,
I think we're pretty close.
I love it, dude. I love it. You guys have done great work. I love the game. It is super addictive. I'm about to expand my 1% from the final game, not public. Yeah. So, listen. I think you guys are great, but it's not mine, right? It's something that I'm enjoying. So you can't rush these things. You're letting me play it because anybody can play it. By the way, if you're watching the stream and you're like, what is this game? You can play the alpha test. It helps them find things wrong. We join their Discord as well. If you find any bugs, you can help them improve their gameplay and their suggestions and things like that. But you just got to go to HYTOPIA.com/games/SkyGarden, and you can go in there and you can get on the alpha test. Just know, I was a little sad, but I'm not sad. I'm actually kind of excited about it. But once we go to public release, all your stats and stuff will get reset, which I think will give me an opportunity to grind a little bit differently, right? So like at one point I was like, oh hey, thanks for the follow, guys, appreciate it. I was like, man, I wish I could reset and do this thing differently, right? Because I think I spent some money on some stuff that I was just like, I should have waited. I should have got, this thing instead. So I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna give me an opportunity to do something a little bit different when I do get to reset my character. And then I could always make another account, but then I'll have two, and I don't. That's I don't want to grind that hard yet. You know what I mean? Like, I think my wife would get mad at me if I'm trying to plant 10,000 potatoes on 3 different accounts. You know what I mean? You got to watch that. So, hey, I appreciate everybody in the chat. Thanks for the follows. We're gonna go back to the hub. I was just at my garden planting some tomatoes, and I have enough. I got everything out of my chest. I have enough to expand. And the reason I'm doing this expansion, for everybody who's watching, is I don't have enough corn. Okay, I need 2 corn, so I gotta buy some corn. That takes like 45 minutes to grow. So I won't be able to expand this time. But basically, I needed, embrace the grind. Yes, I have. Look, hey, listen. You see this? That's me right there. Number 2, baby. Number 2, Potato Man. I need a potato hat. I don't know. It's great. I love it. I can't wait for the next challenge, man. I almost started just planting carrots. You know what I mean? Like, just plant a bunch of carrots, so, if he throws up a carrot challenge, I'm already, like, halfway there type deal. Let me see. Let's see the stats. Let's see. Does it tell you? Yeah, see? And it tells you in your statistics how many of each vegetable or fruit, or, well, I mean, I don't see really any fruit here, but, what you've planted, right? Oh, this is only about the grind and big farming. Nice. So, you can kind of get your own stats, right? You like, I want my numbers up. I honestly need to plant some more eggplants. I need all my numbers need to be in the hundreds, and right now, radishes and wheat, man, them sunflowers, bro, they take forever to grow, though. Literally, though, I need corn, so we're gonna go ahead and buy some corn seeds, because I need corn, because I gotta plant. I need at least 2. And I got plenty of money, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get 20. We're gonna get 20 corn, and should be my full garden So Shrimp, tell me about like when you're how. So what's really got me right is the like how you make the plants grow, right? Like how difficult was that to kind of get that animation set up to where it's switching between the seed to the sprout to the finished plant.
Yeah. There are a few hard things about it from an implementation standpoint. Like the actual growing is pretty straightforward. Just we just save a timestamp of when you grow it, so you can kind of just get from there the time remaining, right? So things grow when you're not online. But yeah, the hard part is that every time it changes phases, we have to change the model that it's using.
Yeah.
We can't just like change the texture of the model, I guess, if that makes sense. We have to like despawn it and then respawn it again, which caused a few issues initially, and then also having like the timer above it was initially like kind of messy, and it would get like stuck in the wrong location, and you would have, right, so that was kind of hard to get everything perfectly right. But this was one of the things I started working on, like the basic planting mechanism a while ago. And that was kind of one of the few things I had for a while, and then eventually I was like, okay, I'm committed to making it a real game.
Nice. Well, I tell you, man, I think it's amazing. Like I said before, we were talking, talking before we got on the stream. Like I'm playing with the SDK myself, the HYTOPIA SDK. I'm not a coder, have no experience whatsoever. Trying to use the AI and help me get through some of this stuff. And man, it is not it's not terribly hard, but there are things that you probably should know about JavaScript and some coding. So like a basic course would probably help me out and benefit me a lot. Just to get this stuff running again because the AI does help, but at the same time, like it doesn't. So
Yeah.
I'm really impressed with your work. I think it's amazing. Hey, I appreciate you watering my plants. Thank you. uh, so yeah, I really do think it's really cool. So everybody who is watching, right? So Hytopia, it is a Web3 project. They are building their SDK, making a platform for individual creators to come on and create a game. And if you're interested in making your own game, or somebody who is a game developer that kind of wants to get in on this, I would definitely go check out hytopia.com. Their dev documentation. There's a lot of helpful things in there. Also, they're in their Discord as well. Hey, appreciate the follows. Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate that a lot. So, from a dev standpoint, how do you feel about just the platform in the SDK? Has it made it like? Have you developed games without this type of platform, and then has this how's this platform helped you?
Yeah, I have done some game development before. I've done a lot with like Minecraft and Java before this. So in comparison to Minecraft, and obviously they took a lot of inspiration from Minecraft. It's just nice because you can make your own game, right? You're not just like you can make your own UIs. You don't have to use Minecraft chests to make your UIs. You can change the player model animations and things like that to make the game like someone made a soccer game, right? You can really do anything you want. So that's really cool. It's also really awesome that they fully manage your infrastructure and database storage, right? So in a lot of game development platforms, you would have to host your own servers if you were going to make a multiplayer game, or you would have to, host your own servers, host your own database, and all that. So having that taken care of for you is something that I think is insanely valuable and makes it really easy to make multiplayer games without having to worry about they're moving really fast, right? So there's been some bugs, and they're still working through the performance of everything. But they're every couple weeks there's usually some kind of breakthrough, new feature. Like they added particles a couple weeks ago. So I think things are only looking up, and they announced the creator fund recently.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty cool.
HYTOPIA is going to be giving money to different game studios and indie developers who want to make games on their platform. And I don't think they haven't announced any of that, but I have seen tweets from like Minecraft and Roblox developers that are now suddenly building on HYTOPIA.
Hey man, it's some of that little bit of money, be motivating people, I
Yeah, because you can't monetize the games right now, right? So getting an incentive to bring over some good developers, I think will be good for the platform in the long term. That's something that I think is pretty exciting.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I would say you should definitely, if you have not already, you should definitely sign up for that. You've already proved yourself, right? You got something out there, and it's like you said, there's no monetization yet, but hopefully, in the next 6 to 8 months, maybe a year. I'm not sure, but listen. I love the content. I love the game, and I want to watch you continue to build it and make it great. And monetization will help you, recoup some of that time for all your effort. But if you're just doing it because you love doing it, please keep doing it because I love this game.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And the nice thing too is, right, even if we can monetize a little bit, then you can invest that money in like some better icons, right, or some different things for the games. That would be pretty cool if we could kind of do that and sort of scale the game that way. But we'll see. I think that's still kind of far out, but we'll see. I think there's some pressure on them now that they're bringing in some real studios. So
Yeah.
Marketplace should be live soon, hopefully.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting time. I think for all of the early adopters, right? All the early devs, people getting on the dashboard and building and putting stuff out there. We're gonna see I think we're gonna see a really big turnover in games, right? Like this is your first iteration of SkyGarden, right? Like you never know. SkyGarden 2 could be something completely different, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, I really do, and I didn't know you made Block Splat. That was a great game, but like you said, you have to have people in there to play it, and that's probably like the hardest part right now, is just getting visibility on some of these games, some of these multiplayer games they're really well done. We just don't have the player base yet, but they're getting there, and congratulations on having 1,000 players. I saw that on there. That's awesome. Yeah. Any other big milestones you're kind of thinking about? What I don't know. I don't want to know what you're gonna put out. I don't want to drop some alpha, right? I don't. I'm not trying to get any of that out of you. But like, what are some of like the some milestones that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm really excited about the new UI. I've been working on that for the past like 4 or 5 days. It's taking a while because there's a lot of UIs in the game, and there's a few new ones as well that are coming in with the update. So I'm really excited about that. Just especially the mobile performance, but also just the regular performance. I mean, these UIs are fine, but the new one has kind of looks more like a professional game, which is exciting and should make the user experience a little better. The other thing that I think I'm excited about that I haven't started working on too much yet, but like right now you were talking about expanding your land, and right now when you expand your land, you do it at the shop, and then you go back to your land and it's a little bigger. It's not a very exciting moment.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to move the expansion to your island so that you can see the island actually change in real time, and then we'll add some exciting kind of effects to it as well, and like it automatically grows all of your crops when you finish, and that's something we want to like highlight, right, and make it kind of a cool, like, oh, you just upgraded, this is awesome, right? So it's not,
which really helped me out, by the way. Like I didn't know that, and I expanded. I had like I think I had sunflowers planted, and I was like, oh, I got enough. I'm gonna go expand, and like all of them were finished, and I was like, yes. You know? Oh man. So
Yeah.
that's awesome, man. No, you know, I again, I can't tell you how much I enjoy playing the game. I I don't know, man. I like I'm waiting for my reset. You know, I'm waiting for you to go public so
Yeah.
I can start the grind over again. I guess what would be um, is there a way to like build it into where you could reset your character? Right? Is that something that you guys are thinking about? Say I've been playing.
Um,
Level 23, and I'm like, you know what? I want to wipe. I want to start. I want to start back
yeah.
at level 1.
That's not something we've talked about. Because obviously, if you wanted to make a new account, you could. I think maybe something like long term that would be cool. And
Or
this is not something we've thought about or done yet, but that you get to a certain, like, you get the max expansions, and then maybe you could like prestige your island.
yeah,
You would have to reset the game.
I
Like your
like
island
that.
would reset back to base, but maybe you would get like a +2 soil plot to start.
Okay.
So you would have to go through the expansions again, but once you go through them again, it would be you would be able to place more, resource nodes and things like that.
Hey,
That's something that,
that's a way better idea than I had to just reset. I like the prestige thing. I like that. Yeah, I
yeah,
like
it
that.
works for games like this, I think. But yeah, it would make the game like very grindy if you had to do that if you go through all the expansions multiple times. So depending on how well the server can handle like really big islands, maybe we just keep expanding from there, and it
Okay.
can become like a full like mini world. That would be pretty cool.
That would be really
But
cool.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things go. There's supposed to be a huge performance bump coming in the next week or two from the HYTOPIA side. So I'm excited to see how that
Okay.
impacts gameplay and what we can do.
Well, that's cool, man. Yeah, no, just don't listen to me, man. I just be talking. So, I like it. So, like I said, I was bitching about the soup, right? Like, oh man, this takes forever. And then like you updated, and I was like, oh man, they actually listened to me. So hey, for everybody in chat, everybody watching us today, just know like the devs they're hearing what you're saying. So be careful what you say, because you might say something in jest, and then it happens, and you're like, wait, I didn't really mean that. So don't reset
Yeah,
me.
a lot
Don't
of people
reset
are
me,
saying
bro.
a lot of people are saying that French fries are too good, so that might be something we have to nerf.
Oh, what? No, come on. That's my secret. No, it's definitely a fun game. I've had a lot of like trying to strategize the way I want to do certain things. Um, I find it's really cool, and I hope to help. Right, I hope I'm helping. I want to find bugs and let you guys know, so that when you do go public release and say the thing explodes, right? I don't want I don't want anybody to come in and break it and be like, oh, that was terrible. Like, you know what I mean? I want everybody to have a good experience. And right now, I can't find anything. I love it. I just be completely honest with
Yeah,
you. I love it. So
thank you. Yeah, I mean, I found a few bugs. Well, one bug mainly while we've been testing it here, but yeah, I think it's a decent shape, right? I think it's a fun game, and yeah, I'm excited to go public hopefully a couple weeks and see what more people think of it.
well, I really do appreciate your time, man. And I for me, nothing but praise, right? Nothing but accolades, right? Like this is great. I love it, right? And I keep saying it. I know I keep saying it, but um, I think you and your team have done a really good job. Implement some particles, right? Make my fire smoke. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The
Yeah,
game is
actually,
great
so
the way it is
yeah,
now.
the fire, that was a model that I found, but there was a fireplace added by the HYTOPIA team recently that
Oh,
beyond
really?
that. So
Oh, see, look at
there'll be
that.
games soon.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, that's awesome. So, yeah, man, I really don't. I'm playing, right? I'm playing the game. I don't really have any other uh, anything else to show. I think I showed everything I wanted to show. Right? I showed everybody the potato challenge. You know what I'm saying? At least twice because I'm on the leaderboards, number 2. You know, I might go back to number 1. We'll see. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to compete yet. The public garden, right? That's really cool. I also got to show everybody my island, you know, how it's set up now. I think it's fancy. I'm winning competitions over here in my own house. I don't know about everybody else, but I am. And, you know, you got a chance to listen to me chat to the dev. So, Shrimp, do you have any closing comments or anything else you want to add before we jump off of here?
No, nothing else. I mean, yeah, thank you so much for playing the game and for sharing it on your stream. This was fun. I appreciate that and all the feedback you've given. But yeah, no, I'm excited. Hopefully, this next update should be live sometime this week. And I think it'll be a pretty big step up. This will be the biggest update I think we've done since launching by far. So it should be fun to check it out. And this kind of going off that update, we'll kind of start getting ready for the final release. So very excited about that.
Well, that's awesome, man. I'll definitely check back in with you. I'm probably gonna stream SkyGarden every Wednesday around the same time. Just me playing, and you know I'll hop in the Discord and hang out if anybody wants to jump in and chat and you know hang out with me. You know, feel free to do that. But I'm gonna make this a thing, right? Like I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna show you my garden on Wednesdays for about an hour, and you know we'll go from there. And if you guys want to come and hang out, come and hang out. If not, it's cool too. I appreciate all the viewers. Thanks for all the new followers. And you know, stick around, stay tuned. We're gonna get the new UI update, all the updates that he's gonna get, and hopefully I'll be able to bring those to you on Wednesdays. And we'll do like a little launch party or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it from my end. I'm gonna go ahead and log out of the server. I'm gonna go back to the SkyGarden page so you guys can see the URL, which you can see now up in the stream. And then I'm gonna sit it there for a minute and then let you guys take a look at that. And you know, if you enjoy the game, if you've played it already, you know, go join their Discord, right? He's got a community getting built over there. There's challenges going on. You get some updates anytime there's any updates. It's a good source of information. So go jump in the Discord, check out the Discord, come say hi. I'll be in there. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Shrimp, I appreciate it, man. Again, great work. You know, I am excited to see the new update, right? I'm excited. You said about a week or so. We're gonna get. Is it gonna be version 5.5?
Hopefully this week, yeah, 0.5. Yeah, hopefully by Friday or Saturday. I want to get it out for the weekend so we can start testing it. So
Nice.
we'll see.
I'll do my best to break it.
Thank you.
So you know that's always. Everybody's like, why would you want to break a game? I mean, I'm helping him. That's how I help. try to find the bugs, right? So, yeah. So again, guys, if you have not checked out SkyGardens, please go over to HYTOPIA.com/games/sky-garden and give it a shot. It's really fun. You can also play it on mobile. It's not at the best place in mobile, but it is there. And you know, maybe next time I'll log on mobile and try to see if I can do something on mobile so you guys can see that too. I'm not a real big mobile game player, but you know, I like to test people's stuff. So you know, come check them out. And again, I appreciate everybody watching, tuning in. I appreciate all the follows, the comments in the chat. If you have any questions, you know, I should have said this earlier. Shoot them in the chat. You know, I could have asked the dev. But come back next Wednesday. Maybe Shrimp will be around. Maybe not. But I'll ask questions and I'll keep asking you guys questions. And like I said, I appreciate everybody watching. Shrimp, thank you for your time, man. Let me know if you need anything else, or if you're, you know, next time you want to do something in the Discord, just let me know.
Yeah, definitely. Will do. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.